guys, it's Sophia. I am editing. It's, what time is it? It's the 4th. It's Thursday, 5:15. I've started editing Friday morning's video, and I got my list of things I want to do today, so I'm going to share that with you. Edit Friday video, laundry, I already put that in the wash. Citrix, these are my notes for the States. I have to do that. I already did my note at work. I actually did them concurrently today, so I don't have to write those, but I do have to write my notes for the state. I have to make dinner. Dinner is going to be leftover the soup from last night, which, by the way, was excellent. And we're going to have burgers with that. If I have time, I may film Sunday video. I said I was going to do a quilting video and a Q&A. I don't know if I'm going to have time, you guys, because I'm just now starting to edit tomorrow's video. I have to swish and swipe, which is regular stuff, and fold clothes. And yeah, I'm editing the Mad Dash Monday. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so video is edited. It is 6:32 and it is now rendering. So it gives you an idea of how long it takes. So now I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to start cleaning. Right, so again, it's Thursday night for me. I was supposed to quilt tonight, but I had to edit a video, so that kind of like takes its place, right? If I didn't have to edit a video, I would be able to quilt, but that's all right. It's for a good cause. It's for YouTube. I just want to show you something. Every night I run the robot vacuum. I'll put the link up there. And so when I go home, I empty it, right? I empty the canister, and I just want to show you. This is every night, guys. Every single day. This is the amount of hair I get in this house. It's insane, right? How does one keep up if you don't have the right equipment? So I'm going to empty that so that it's ready for me to run it again tonight after dinner. If I wasn't doing that every day, there would be literally dust bunnies and piles of dog hair everywhere. So yesterday I did, well, it was Wednesday, so it was Mad Dash Wednesday. You saw that video already. I did all of the glass surfaces. Today what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking, I'm going to do the woodwork. So that means I'm going to wash the window sills and I'm going to wash the chairs and just the wood frames. That's it. So I'm going to prepare a bucket of Murphy's oil with warm to hot water, and I've got 15 minutes to do all of the wood frames and my chairs in the dining room. It's Saturday, and I tell you what, it's 10:54 and I already edited, well, I tried to edit tomorrow's video and half of the footage is gone. So my card is corrupted, and I totally forgot that once I hit a certain amount of time on the card in the camera, the files start getting corrupted. So I couldn't finish Thursday night's video, which you're gonna see today. Okay, which is Sunday. All right. So I'm splitting this video with what I did on Thursday, and after that I actually filmed a Q&A in my bedroom as I was folding and putting away some clothes, and all of that is gone. So what I'm going to do today is do a little bit of Q&A while I'm doing my errands. So you know Saturday morning is kitchen day. I already did that. I edited the Thursday footage, but it's only I think 8 minutes that you were able to see so far. I went to the bank and now I'm at the post office filming in the car. I'm gonna go to my PO box and check what's in there. So I'm gonna answer some of your questions. It's not gonna be a tool because I don't want to blah 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 you to death, okay, because there's stuff I need to do. Oh yeah, and then also Willie has a party tomorrow, so I had to go and get a gift card and you know whatnot. So he's going to a friend's party up for his birthday. So Q&A. I've had a lot of questions. Some of them were the same, and some of them I had answered in previous videos. So maybe you want to check out the Q&A from I think it was a Q&A in Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving time. I'll put it right here, and I think I put it yesterday as well. And then there's the 20 random facts about me. So all of this will be down below, up here, or at the end, so you can see that. So the first question I want to answer is the cash money. I went to the bank already, and cash is right here. So this is what we do. We do a mix of Dave Ramsey and our own stuff. Okay, so every Saturday I take out $300 in cash, and that's the money for the entire week. Not the bills, just the entire week. It does, it's for the shopping, the grocery shopping. It's for anything that's not groceries that needs to be purchased. Like for instance, I'm going to Home Depot today. I need to get some gray paint for the basement. I need to get a new bolt for the lawnmower because it broke last weekend. And what else do I need to get? I think that's it at the Home Depot. So there's that, and then it covers band competition because you got to buy the tickets, you got to buy food. We didn't buy food last time because my friend brought in food, but you know, drinks, you know, whatever, and then everything else that's in between, like the coffee at the Dunkin' Donuts, gas. I only put $20 in cash in the car on Saturday morning because I have my own vehicle from work and my gas mileage is paid for. So technically this car, which is brand new, you know, that we bought it in May, this car only requires $20 a week, and that's about it, unless we do a road trip, which this month we're not doing because of band competition. We're pretty much here every Saturday, and then Sundays I got stuff to do. So yeah, $20 a week in the car, that's it. So yeah, so I pull out the 300. Now for the bills, what I do, because some of you have asked also how do I manage the budget, I calculate and place the bills within each pay period, right? So the great thing right now is that Scott gets a paycheck, then I get one, then he gets his, then I get one, then he gets his. You know, you get D&D, right? So every Friday, one of us gets paid. Actually, yesterday was Scott. So I've managed to pool the bills in such a way that we don't have a whole bunch of bills going onto one paycheck. So I've called all the companies and I've told them, hey, I don't really want to pay this, let's say on the 10th of the month, right, which would be the second paycheck. Can I pay this at the end of the month instead, or the third week or the first week? So I've moved all of my bills. So technically I have almost the same amount of bills every week to pay. So that allows me to have a certain amount of money available for us for two things. One is the $300 we pull out in cash, and two is the money that's left over. At the end of the week, which is Friday night for us, whatever is left after all of the bills for that week are paid, that then goes into a bank account. We just transfer it. It goes into a bank account for our emergency fund, right? And then the mortgage payment, every paycheck I pull out a certain amount of money and that goes into another bank account, and that bank account is the one that I pay the mortgage from. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So that's what we've been doing, and we've been doing that for quite some time, and that allows us to limit the amount of money we spend on the weekend and during the week on stupid stuff. who am I talking, right? And two, it allows us to have money left over every week at the end of each week to put into a emergency fund, you know, or build up a pile, basically. So that's what's going on with the money. So I hope that answers your question for those of you who were wondering. So technically, since Scott is home now, when I'm done with my errands today and I've paid whatever I had to pay, what I do is that I then give him the leftover and he handles all of that money. I have like $20 on me at all times for coffee and whatnot. So that's that. Okay. I'm gonna go to my P.O. box, get the stuff. If I have anything, I'll show you. And then after that, I'm going to Home Depot, and I'll probably do another question and answer when I get there. Okay? How cool is this? I've received this from Caroline in Kingsland, Georgia. This is the first time I see one of the Missouri Star Quilt Company magazines, and this is basically a quilting magazine. And I tell you what, I was browsing through it really quick. Hold on, just holding the camera, and I love this. I'm going to show you what it looks like right here. I think I'm gonna make this one. It looks pretty easy, actually. And I don't know if it's a lap quilt or a long one, but this is great. Thank you so much, Caroline. I can't wait to browse through it. I never had one. It's very famous. This is great. I'm really happy with that. So thank you, Caroline. Yeah, these are the quilts that are on this magazine. I wonder if you can get it online. I don't know. I have to check it out. Anyway, thank you, Caroline. Love it. I'm going to the Home Depot. So like I said, I need some paint and I need a bolt. And I'm going to try to see if they have something for my back door. Because that magnetic rod that I have, it keeps on falling. And then it keeps on shifting and it leaves streaks all over the door. And that's really bothering me. I have to figure out something with all the cleaning supplies too, and you guys are right. I just gotta move my stuff and reclaim that closet for that purpose. So anyway, Q&A. Yesterday I was actually I'm so upset that I lost the footage, y'all. I really am. There was a question about if there was somebody from your past you would like to meet again. Who would it be? And Willie was with me on my bed when I was folding the clothes, because some of the clothes were his. And I was telling him a story, because I like to tell stories that have a moral at the end, a lesson, right? A life lesson. Because I think that storytelling for kids, it sticks better and longer and lasts a whole lifetime, more than just a lesson of don't do this and just because I say so. All right, so the lesson was missed opportunities. And I'm going to share something, and not a lot of people know about that, but I don't care anymore. You know, I'm just going to share that. And I got emotional too, so hopefully I won't get emotional again. So here we go. So when I was in, I mentioned before in my 20 facts about me, that I used to be very shy. And for some of you, it just seems to be so impossible, right? Well, I really was very shy. So here I am, let me see, I must be 26 or 27 years old, 27. And I am in Brooklyn College in my last year of bachelor's in psychology. And we're supposed to get letters from teachers. There are letters of recommendation to go into the master's degree program. Okay, and I had picked John Jay College of Criminal Justice for my master's degree. So there was a teacher, a professor, and I can say his name because I believe he's no longer amongst us. He was already in his 70s back in 1998. So anyway, so it was Professor Weinsberg, Norman Weinsberg. He was my professor for family counseling, and this guy, he was bigger than life. I was hanging on to every word that came out of his mouth. I studied more for his class than I studied for anybody else's. It was, I don't know what it was. I guess the subject interested me, but he was also a fantastic professor. I mean, his teaching skills. He liked anecdotes. He was just a great storyteller, and everything made sense, right? He was always able to use the concepts and the theories and wrap them into a bunch of anecdotes that just made the whole thing easier to understand. So anyway, he was my favorite when I was in school. So we had a conversation. It was a small class, and we had a conversation amongst all of the students with him. It was one night where we were reviewing something and we didn't really need to review, so we just ended up chilling for about 2 hours. So we were talking about what classes we liked and what we wanted to do for those of you who wanted to go to master's degree level. So he knew already that I had picked criminal psychology, and I wanted to go to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. So in order for me to get, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, okay. So in order for me to get the letter, the referral letter and the reference letter to enter and be accepted in master's degree level college, I had to make an appointment with him. So I managed to make an appointment with him. And I had told him already it's for me to discuss going into John Jay College and possibly getting a letter. And, you know, discuss my future in the field of counseling. So it already took every ounce of energy and willingness and willpower for me to even ask him, okay? So I make the appointment, and I gotta tell you, my lack of confidence back in those days was such that I was really crippled with, and I'm not kidding, I was crippled with shyness and inability to really talk to people without feeling all sorts of low self-esteem, low confidence. Even though I had excellent grades, I didn't think I was worth anything. I struggled with English back then still, because I had been on in the country for 4 years. So everything was a challenge. I used to carry a dictionary with me. That's what I used to do. Every time there was a word I didn't know, poof, dictionary. I looked at it. We didn't have cell phones back then, okay? We still carried dictionaries. So anyway, so I make the appointment. And it was a Thursday night, around 8 p.m. that I was supposed to meet with him. And this is what happened. I walked up the stairs in one of the Brandon Hall, or whichever it was, where his office was. And I could hear him behind the door talking on the phone. And I'm sweating. I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm sweating. My heart is pounding. I'm not getting a panic attack or anything, but I'm very, very uncomfortable. And all of those negative self-talks are going through my head. What if he says no? What if I'm not good enough? What if he doesn't think John Jay is a good fit for me? What if, the what ifs, okay? So I'm going through a gazillion, you guys can see me, I'm getting in the dark, okay? So I'm going through a gazillion what if scenarios, okay, which is really not helping, okay, not helping at all. So I finally mustered the courage to knock on the door, and I'm on time, okay, for the appointment. I knock on the door, and guess what I did? Guess what I did? I heard him say, "Hold on the phone." And I could hear the shuffling around. He was getting up to open the door. And this gal right here ran away. I ran away, okay? I ran away. The exit, the emergency exit door was right next to him. I just zooped through the door, ran down the stairs, and disappeared, hopped on the subway, and went back home. That's what I did. Yeah. So anyway, the following week, Thursday, the next Thursday, we're in class, and I can't find a hole big enough to hide into it. Okay, I don't know why I'm changing lights, but anyway, it's about the sound today. So I can't find a hole big enough to hide into it, and I'm at my desk. He's talking, we're doing the class, right? And I'm just, my head is down and I'm just writing my notes, and I'm not making eye contact. I can't even look at him because I feel so embarrassed. And lo and behold, we're in the middle of the class and I'm taking my notes, and he moves right in front of my desk, and I'm like writing my notes up, pretending that I don't even know he's there, and I'm just writing my notes. I'm just scribbling a whole bunch of nonsense at that point. I don't even think I was writing English words anyway. And right under my nose, there goes his hand with an envelope, and he just puts it right there on my notebook, and I still didn't look at him. So I grabbed the envelope and I put it inside my notebook. You know, I just opened the notebook and slid it in there, and the whole class went on like this. So then I went home. Well, I went back into the subway, and I opened it in the subway, and basically it was my reference letter for John Jay College. And I never found it in me to say thank you. All I did was write a note, and I slipped the note in a little thank you card, you know, those little thank you card things, and I slipped that under his door sometimes the following week, and I left it at that. And let me tell you, what a missed opportunity. See, I'm getting emotional. What a missed opportunity, because this was a brain that I was looking up to, and you know, I mean, I'm telling you, he was bigger than life for me. And I ran away. I couldn't have a one-on-one conversation with the man. I just couldn't. And I think he's gone now. And I really, really miss an opportunity to have a challenging, intellectual, motivating, dynamic exchange with somebody I admired. And the lesson here is, when you knock on the door, walk through it. When you knock on the door, this is an opportunity for you to make a change. Don't run away. If you see an opportunity, take it, okay? Because I didn't do that, and I regret it. So there you go. That answers your question. So if there was anybody from my past I would like to meet again, it would have to be him. Because, oh boy, have I changed. And I probably would driving nuts, and I would probably driving crazy with all of the talking at this point. Isn't it amazing how people change? And I don't even know what did it. Go through the door. Don't miss opportunities. You know what they are. When you're there, you'll know. Oh, hey, guess what? On my way to Home Depot, we're going to go to Goodwill. I'm not looking for anything in particular, unless they have shower rings. I need to replace my shower rings. So that was my second Q&A. I hope you enjoyed the little story and get a glimpse into the way things were. And yeah, I do regret not walking through the door. I really do. That was a stupid thing to do. So immature. But that's what low self-esteem will do to you. You don't think you're worth a professor's 20 minutes worth of time, and that was far from being true. But I didn't see it that way at the time. Okay, so walk through the door. So I'm back at the house, and guess what? I didn't buy anything at the Goodwill, so that's a good thing. I was looking for shower curtain rings, cheapo plastic ones, because I have 2 broken ones upstairs, and I didn't want to buy a whole pack. So I was just looking for a cheap alternative. Not because I'm cheap, but because, you know, what's the point? They always break, and I don't like the metal one because they rust. So nope, they didn't have it. Did the Home Depot. I'm back at the house. I have to take Edward to band because tonight is competition, so they have a practice earlier in the day, and competitions I think is at 5:30 today. It's not going to be in this video. I don't even think I'm going to film it, actually. I know that some of you really wanted to see the behind the scenes and everything, but in West Orange there's not a lot of stuff going on. Well, if there is, I'll film, but I don't think they would. And it's not a very nice day today. It's kind of gray and it might rain, so I don't know. But in the meantime, finally it has arrived. It's a time of the year where you can dispose of all of your chemicals, your paint and whatnot. So I waited since I did the garage this entire time for the county to finally do its hazardous waste disposal, and it's today, so I'm happy about that. The stuff was on the side of the garage. It's all a bunch of cans of paint and some chemicals I had in the basement that was in the boiler room that I have to remove from the boiler room before the heating system starts kicking in. So I'm getting rid of all of this. It's in the back of the car already. I'm waiting for Edward to come in so I can take him to the high school, and that would be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the little Q&A and the little bits here and there. I know it was a little disjointed for this video, but that's because, again, I lost the footage for the rest of Thursday night's video, so I had to plug in this one in there. But anywho, give me a thumbs up if you still like those little day in the life and Vlogtober in general. And thank you, Caroline, for sending me the Missouri Quilt Company magazine. I'm enjoying a cup of coffee while waiting for Edward. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe right here in the corner, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.